Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Flaw from the Yugi Cast here with you, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be looking at a duel that I just had. I'm playing Frog Monarchs, and he or she is playing Mesmerizing Maneaters, I believe it's called. Yep, that's the deck, or the Fascinating Fiends, I guess is what it's been translated to. I don't know, the deck that tutors nothing but trap holes. Um, so this is a pretty interesting deck that he's playing, and I'm playing a pretty standard Frog Monarchs. I think there's like a Tech Den Thestalos in here somewhere. But that's about the only thing that's really special about this build. But this is going to be. I want to talk a little bit about nickel and diamond card advantage. In a format where card advantage only matters, this is really important to know, and how to work your way through back row, because that's a very important technique to have when you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is being able to look at 5 back row and be like, all right, cool, I got this, and this is how you're going to do it. All right, so, and if there's any deck that will teach you anything about card advantage, it's Frog Monarchs. It's +1s all day long. That's all the deck does. All right, so yeah, this guy was no slouch either. He put up a good fight. So I'm going first, and I get lucky here, and I top deck into a Swap Frog, and I'm basically going to use Swap Frog to just load my grave with frogs. Opening Swap plus Treeborn is pretty mean. And I got 5 waters in the grave. If I ran Moulin Glacier, I can Moulin Glacier the guy. And he's going to go first. He reveals what he's playing, and he searches, or he plays this thing, and he searches a trap hole. I'm gonna drop Gores, and then he's going to set 5. He's gonna play shard set 4. Now right here I make a little mistake. I didn't need to summon Treeborn Frog, but I do anyway. Um, I should have attacked into his back row first and not worried about Treeborn, but instead I lose my monsters to Torrential, which is unfortunate. And so, but I'm still looking at. He's going at 3 cards face down and 1 face up Shard of Greed that I actually don't want him to resolve. And I have a Rise in hand, so I can actually put that back on top of his deck if I need to. But I'm in an interesting position where I can't soul exchange anything, and I know whatever I summon next that has 1,000 attack or more is probably going to get hit by a trap hole. Like, he's going to want to get rid of any Monarch that I summon, as well as Swap Frog, because Swap Frog's one of my engines. He's the one that loads my grave and lets me do stuff. So I summon Swap Frog. I'm gonna lose that to Trap Hole, and I've got 2 Ronin with 2 Dupe Frog in grave. Um, this deck does run Obelisk, so I don't want to use my Ronins too early, too much. However, I go ahead and use them. I'm reading that there's more face downs. Like, you're not gonna just blindly set 5 for no reason. So I read that there was a bottomless there or another torrential, something that Diagusta Phoenix could run into and get out of the way for me. Excuse me. So I go ahead and I make a Diagusta Phoenix out of my Ronin Totems, and of course it gets bottomless trap hole because he doesn't want to take 3,000 damage this turn. So through this, I am still sitting on 4 cards. He's still sitting on 3. I have 1 for 1 to weigh all of his answers in 1 turn, with the exception of this compulsory escape device, which this card actually kind of hurt me a little bit later, but we'll get into that. So he's going to go and he's going to draw to 4 cards. He gets a counter on Shard of Greed. I officially have to do something about that card this turn, and he's going to escape device my frog, which makes me really sad. So I do something I don't normally want to do. I Ronin and go ahead and get Ryza. Now this is important because this is going to lock him down. He has no cards in hand. He's got a trap. He can 1 for 1 away my Ryza, which I'm fine with because I basically got my Ryza for free because I tributed it off of a Ronin Tonin that didn't cost me anything. I was able to get him out the turn like whenever I wanted him. So I'm gonna Ryza. I'm gonna put the shard back on top, and this is gonna lock him down a turn in his draw. I'm gonna lose my Ryza to D Prison, but that's okay. This is all 1 for 1 removal, and he's gonna have to replay the Shard of Greed. He's now stuck on that +1 that he was gonna get the turn that he just drew, that this past turn that just ended. He's now having to reset that clock, which is truly unfortunate for him. And I'm here. I'm in a really weird spot here. I could have set Fader. I decided not to. I'm just gonna draw and pass. I'm up 3 cards to his 2, 3 cards to his 1. He draws a Solemn Warning. I'm not worried about that. And I Duality for, well, Econ. That's about it. Now I really should have set a card here because now he's gonna get some of his advantage back off of Shard, which was unfortunate for me. I wanted that off the field, and he draws into some answers here. He gets super unfortunate with that card D, and he's just gonna keep drawing into answers, and there's not much I can do here. We're now back. He's at 5 cards to I'm drawing to 5 cards. He's completely flipped advantage on me, but I'm still not worried. I unfortunately draw into another Caius. You just can't help how unfortunate that was. And he's going to tutor a trap hole, and he's going to attack. I'm going to drop Fader so I don't take any damage right now. And he's immediately back to set 5. And again, I'm in a great position here. I can soul exchange away his monster. I can econ a swap frog if I had one to take his monster and tribute it. Um, there's still a lot of stuff I can do here. I'm still actually in a very good position, believe it or not. Um, Despite the fact that he has warning and he has bribe, and so heavy storm's not going to do any good. I can't attack anything right now. This card's annoying but terrible at the same time. I already know that because he tutored a trap hole, whatever I summon next that has 1,000 attack or more is going to die to trap hole. These are all things that I'm thinking about as I go. Unfortunately, I top decked the other Caius, and he's going to warning it, which is really unfortunate for me, but it happens. I still have Trag for protection. So he's going to attack. I'm going to drop the Trag, and right here I do make the smart play. I just draw the Treeborn. I don't care about the Treeborn. I'm just going to attack, and he does have the Mirror Force, which is unfortunate. I'm going to set the Treeborn. I don't care. It's not hurting me. And right here, he makes a mistake right here. He goes Cloak and Dagger, and he calls Dupe Frog, which made no sense to me. Yeah, declared card Dupe Frog. Like, I don't know why he declared Dupe Frog. I think I'm actually out of Dupe Frogs. I only think I run 2, and they're both banished. Nope, I run 3, and they're all banished. So I don't know why he called Dupe Frog. That was really silly of him. So I'm going to lose my tree board, and he sets another one. And right here, this was pretty creative. This is, again, working your way around your outs. Um, I activate Treeborn Frog. He's going to activate another Cloak and Dagger, calling Treeborn this time. And so Treeborn's going to hit the board. If he'll get there. Yep, Treeborn's going to hit the board. Cloak and Dagger's going to attempt to activate, and I'm going to try and steal his monster. He's going to bounce his monster, and now I'm in a position where I can I've gotten rid of one back row. He's got one that's useless. I've gotten his monster off the board, and I'm about to get rid of this back row as well without actually losing anything. So I go ahead and bring back the Treeborn. That's fine. It's going to go away. And I'm just going to foolish another one. I Ronin for Caius. Caius is going to hit a card. And I actually, this is really funny. I was trying to select what card I wanted to hit. I was like, this one. And I got lucky. I hit the bribe with Caius, so that's banished. And I knew I was losing my monster to Caius anyway, so that was totally fine. At this point, I'm 2 for 1ing his 1 for 1 advantage, and I'm rolling with it from there. Like, at this point, I'm actually back in control of the game, whether this guy realizes it or not. And so he's going to Man-Eater me, and he's going to attack. And he tutors for Bottomless, which is unfortunate for me because now I'm going to have to lose a monster to Bottomless. But I get lucky and top deck the Thestalos. I can hit the Dark Hole out of his hand. I'm going to lose the monster to Bottomless, and again, I'm still in a pretty good spot. So I can keep recurring Treeborn. Like, I basically have a third card in my hand that you can't see. So instead of being -2 in advantage, which is what it looks like, I'm actually only I'm actually technically even because this is useless to him because I don't have any dupe frogs that I can summon because they're all banished. This is a floater for him, which is great. It's a really annoying card to deal with. And then this is going to give him a +1 in 2 turns, so it's not really a huge deal. So I'm going to draw, I get the Econ. I'm just going to Econ away his monster, keep my frog, and then I'm going to banish the shard so he's not drawing. Instead of drawing 3 cards on his next turn, like he's going to banish the rabbit, which was fine. I wasn't targeting the rabbit to begin with, and he's just going to lose his Shard of Greed. So now he's going to go back to just top decking with a wind-up rabbit that can't get over a Caius. I've got Soul Exchange. He's going to draw, and he scoops right here. I don't know why he scooped. There's plenty of stuff he could have done. He was actually ahead in life points. I don't know what his logic was there. I was practically out of Monarchs at that point. My only other options were Light of Darkness Dragon and Obelisk. So, but anyway, that's how you look at 5 back row twice and eat right through it like it's not even there and play the game smart. You just you have to understand how to nickel and dime. You have to know what you're playing against. You have to know what it can run, and you have to know how to read it. This is something I did all of last format, playing Dino Rabbit Mirrors and playing against windups and playing against all sorts of other decks like that. This is just kind of how you play Yu-Gi-Oh! This is how you play good Yu-Gi-Oh! And smart Yu-Gi-Oh! My opponent made a lot of really good moves. He was running some really bad cards like Shard of Greed. And yeah, that's just kind of something that I wanted to go over because I talk a lot in my videos about, I'm up this much in advantage and I'm down this much in advantage, and I don't actually go into detail as to how you read things and how you really push through them. So I kind of wanted to do that for a video. Let me know if you like this kind of video. I can do more of them. I'm by no means an expert on this, but it's something I'm able to grasp and I'm able to kind of explain as I go back. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time, and I'm out. Peace.